Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Let's talk about Germany. It's been a while since we looked at the situation there. So, if you've been following my content since at least the outbreak of the war in Ukraine, and more specifically, since the US led response to that conflict, then you'll know that I have characterized this entire situation as an American indirect war against Europe, not against Russia. It's a destabilization project. And Germany is the central target of this project and of this strategy. So let's check on the progress of the destabilization and deindustrialization of Europe. As I said, I've been warning about this for at least a year and a half. But now you don't have to take it from me. Now even German CEOs are acknowledging the deindustrialization and the cascading economic collapse of Germany. For example, the CEO of Lanxess has warned that deindustrialization has indeed begun in Germany following the closure of two of their factories in the country. The president and CEO of the Voith Group also warned that the danger of deindustrialization is very great in Germany, which is obviously an understatement and a little tardy in his assessment. Germany's industrial production dropped in June by 1.7% year on year and 1.5% month on month. The manufacturing PMI has been in contraction for a year, sinking to 38.8% over the last 12 months. There's a relentless erosion of Germany's industrial strength. German companies are hurtling into bankruptcy at a breakneck pace that has not been witnessed in the last 2 decades. A staggering 8,400 corporate insolvencies were recorded from January to June of this year, which represents an increase of 16.2% year on year. Landmark institutions like ABL have succumbed to bankruptcy. The German Red Cross has filed for bankruptcy for at least 5 hospitals, and in some parts of Germany, a quarter of all hospitals are on the brink of insolvency. BMP Greengrass, the biogas provider in Germany, has also filed for bankruptcy. All of Germany's core industries are buckling under the economic crisis that Germany is suffering. Construction, wholesale, trade, transportation, storage, accommodation, food services, education, health, social activities. All of these industries are witnessing alarming increases in bankruptcy. Eurostat reports that the education, health, and social activity sectors had a 29.5% increase in the number of bankruptcies, and the transport and storage industry had a 72.2% increase in bankruptcies. In Germany, July's unemployment figure of 2.62 million was an increase of 62,000 jobless people since June, and a staggering 147, almost 157,000 people unemployed since last year. The directors of small and medium-sized businesses, 48% of them said that they're considering closing down their companies or moving abroad. Germany's public debt is at an all-time high, nearly 3 trillion euros. And of course, there's the energy insecurity issue in Germany. Natural gas storage operators have said that Germany is going to face severe gas shortages at least until 2027. And they suggest that if it's a particularly harsh winter, if you have particularly cold weather this winter, then the gas storages in Germany are likely to be completely depleted by the end of January. Now, of course, amidst this cascading economic and political collapse in Germany, it's unsurprising that the right-wing AfD party is rising in popularity. So much so, in fact, that the ruling party in Germany is actually considering banning the AfD party, ironically, they say, in defense of democracy. Now, obviously, if they were to ban the AfD party, this would only lead to greater radicalization of the right wing and most likely only increase it in popularity. This would just intensify the growing rift between Germany and the EU, and potentially the entire European project will unravel. So in summary, the destabilization project is advancing without a hitch and moving quite rapidly to the inevitable end. The heart of Europe's economy, Germany, is in a state of cardiac arrest. And all of this is being done, by the way, the destruction of livelihoods, the austerity measures, the subjugation, the polarization, the crackdowns on dissent and opposition, the sabotage of small and medium-sized businesses, all of it is being done, all of it is being rationalized uh, on the basis that it's necessary to protect freedom and democracy. Obviously, this isn't a new justification to any of us, because this is the same rationale that the West always used when they imposed these same types of measures in the global South. But now it's being done to Europe. And frankly, it was always just a matter of time before it would be applied to Europe. Because frankly, the West has never gotten governance right, nor economics. And they've never truly evolved out of a feudalistic paradigm. It turns out that the Enlightenment thinkers were just bad students and even worse teachers. They failed to fully comprehend the concepts that they borrowed from the Muslim world, and then they maladapted them on their societies, and they've done nothing but mutate ever since until it finally created this monster that we know as the owners and controllers of global financialized capital, which is a cannibalistic, predatory, psychopathic class of people and institutions completely dedicated to the ruthless logic of power consolidation and control. Look, the moment you stipulated that business should be untouchable, you basically doomed the entire premise of democracy. And you made it inevitable eventually that your governments would be subordinated to unelected private sector power, and that your people would be relegated once again to serfdom. There was no other way for that to go. And there isn't really any other way for it to proceed from here. The ingredients are not present in the West for a remedy. Conflict and chaos is inevitably going to ensue. And more likely than not, Westerners will turn to false cures that poison more than they heal, like nationalism, blame shifting, or various movements to revive Christian traditionalism, because you are ultimately unequipped to actually escape from the iron box of your paradigms. You will be forever pulling on door handles to doors that only actually open by pushing, and you'll be wondering the whole time why you can't get out. Jazakumullahu khairan wa assalamu alaikum.